So, how do you determine what is fair when you're doing a co-write or you're collaborating with another producer on a sync licensing track? Really important topic, really important thing that you should be aware of because I know that many producers have done collaborations in their sync licensing careers only to later have problems with them, thinking that they weren't compensated properly, or the person that they partnered with came after them thinking that they ripped them off. So in this video, I'm going to take a really big topic, a really big concept, and do something very foolish and probably stupid, and try to actually condense it all into a 2-minute or less explanation and give you my essentially 4 top principles to how to ensure that your contracts and your agreements and your arrangements with the people that you co-write with and you co-produce with are not only fair for all the parties involved, but will avoid and hopefully save you any of those future headaches in the future where people are going to come after you, maybe even legally try to come after you, or just have miscommunications, and then you have a big problem on your hands down the road once the money and the royalties start coming in, right? Let's avoid all that. This business is hard enough when we do it by ourselves. So when we work with each other, things should be easier, not harder. So in this video, once we get down to 0 on this counter here, I'm going to give you my top 4 principles in 2 minutes or less. First of all, you generally want to always try to shoot for the 50-50 splits when you work with somebody. So that means try to structure your collaborations so that each member feels like they're contributing equally. This will be the best bet that you have for eliminating any potential future feelings of it something being unfair, right? Because in the beginning, everybody's having fun, making music. When a big check comes or a big royalty or a big placement comes through, that's when your share becomes real and people realize how much more you made compared to how much they made. So if you can get things to go down the middle 50-50, you will save all those headaches in the future. Try to go for that. Number 2, it's not about the time donated to a project, it's about the value that was given to that project. So it might take you the whole day to produce the track. You collaborate with a vocalist and it takes their 30 minutes to actually knock out the vocals for the whole song. Done. And you might think, well, it took me a whole day, so I should get more of the writer share. If you think that way, you're going to be causing yourselves a lot of problems, okay? It's not about how much time it took, it's the value. If those vocals absolutely skyrocket the value of your track, give them what's due to them. 50% I think is fair when you're going between yourself as an instrumentalist and a vocalist. Number 3, consider offering a work for hire agreement for those kind of people that might come in just to do a quick guitar solo or add a little bit of spice onto your track, but they're not necessarily contributing to the foundational creative element of it, but you just need somebody to come and add a little instrument. A work for hire is basically you just pay them for the work they've done and they take no ownership of the track. They don't get any sync fees, no consideration fees, and definitely no back-end royalties. They're just hired for that one-time deal, and that's it. A really smart way to go, especially if you're working with a lot of day producers or day instrumentalists, okay? And last but not least, get all of this in writing before you start making music. This is the most important one. So many producers just start creating tracks, and then when things start rolling with money and a library on the line, then they want to put things in writing, and it's like, wait, I didn't agree to that. I didn't know we were going to do that. Save yourself that headache. Get it all in writing right now before you start. Whew, that was a tough one. But those are the 4 principles that I honestly live by. Those are the ones that I follow. And almost every single time that I collaborate, pretty much every single time that I've ever collaborated, I've followed one of those, right? I've either split things down the middle 50-50 because it was just fair that way. Sometimes I've hired people just to come and work with me, and I do a work for hire for them. And I do recognize the value that is given, that it's not necessarily because it took me a lot longer and it didn't take somebody else as long. It's about, well, would my track be as strong without your vocals on it? No. Okay, so I really need those vocals. We're going to split this down the middle 50-50. And getting everything down and written in writing. So important, okay? So getting a little simple split sheet, a sort of like songwriter agreement contract between you two, very important. If you don't have one of those, we do offer one in Sync Academy, so you can join and get all those kind of contract templates that you might need. We do offer those in Sync Academy. But other than that, just getting things in writing, even if it's not a formal contract, just something between you. So important. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this brief video for this really big topic that's so important. And hopefully this will steer a lot of you guys out of legal troubles and certainly out of relationship problems, because that's the bummer. That's the big thing that happens with these, is that there's a lot of friendships that can sometimes get ruined or soured because these things are not thought of and not taken care of before the music creation process starts. So thank you so much. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe, of course, and share this with a friend or maybe a co-writer. If you're going to be co-writing with somebody and you think it's important for them to be aware of these issues, this is the video that you want to send them.